Lauren, don't be ridiculous. You always watch them on Thanksgiving. Not this year, Vanessa. I have plans. Plans? What plans could possibly be more important than family? My own life, actually. Find a babysitter. You're being selfish. The kids are already in the car. Every Thanksgiving, my sister dumped her 6 kids on me until I changed my locks. Hi, I'm Kristen. Today, I'm going to tell you my story. But before I continue, please like, share, and subscribe to hear more stories like this. I'm 39 years old, single, and I live in a cozy townhouse in Savannah, Georgia. I work as an event coordinator for a boutique hotel, which means I spend my days making other people's celebrations perfect. It's ironic considering how my own family treats my time and boundaries. My older sister Vanessa is 43 and has 6 children ranging from ages 3 to 14. Yes, 6. Their names are Parker, Addison, Brooks, Harper, Sawyer, and the youngest, Quinn. Her husband, Trevor, works in sales and travels frequently. They live about 30 minutes away in a house that's always chaotic and loud. Our parents, William and Patricia Monroe, live in Arizona now, enjoying their retirement. They adore Vanessa's children, but from a comfortable distance. We raised our kids, my mother likes to say. Now it's time for us to enjoy ourselves. Our younger brother, Bennett, is 35 and lives in Portland with his partner. He's conveniently 3,000 miles away from all the family drama, which I'm convinced is intentional. The Thanksgiving tradition started 7 years ago, back when Vanessa only had 4 kids. She called me 2 days before the holiday. Kristen, I need a huge favor. Trevor's boss invited us to this exclusive Thanksgiving dinner at his golf club. It's really important for his career, but it's adults only. Can you watch the kids? I'd had tentative plans to have Thanksgiving with my friend Melissa, who was also single and usually hosted a small gathering, but Vanessa sounded desperate. And I thought, it's just one day. Sure, I said. What time? We'll drop them off around 2 and pick them up around 9. You're a lifesaver. That Thanksgiving, I spent 7 hours entertaining 4 children under the age of 10. They demolished my house, demanded constant attention, and Parker, who was 7 at the time, threw a tantrum because I didn't have the specific brand of Kraft mac and cheese he liked. Vanessa and Trevor picked them up at 10:30, not 9. They were both tipsy and barely thanked me. Same time next year, Vanessa said, like it was already decided. I should have said no right then, but I didn't. The next year, she had 5 kids. The year after that, 6. And every single Thanksgiving, the same thing happened. Vanessa would call a few days before, inform me she was dropping the kids off, and I'd spend the entire day being an unpaid babysitter while she and Trevor went to some fancy event. It wasn't just Thanksgiving anymore, either. It expanded to Christmas Eve, Easter, and random Saturdays when Vanessa decided she needed couple time. She never asked if I had plans. She just assumed I was available because I was single and childless. You don't have kids, so you have so much free time, she'd say, as if my life was just empty space waiting to be filled with her children. My friends noticed. Melissa stopped inviting me to things because I always had to cancel. I get it, she said. Your sister needs you. But Kristen, when do you get to have a life? My co-worker Jordan was more blunt. Why do you keep saying yes? She's using you. She's my sister. Family helps family. Family respects family. There's a difference. This past year was the breaking point. It started in October when Vanessa called about Thanksgiving plans. So, same as always, she said. We'll drop the kids at your place around 2. Actually, Vanessa, I was thinking of doing something different this year. Different? Like what? Maybe I'd like to actually have Thanksgiving for myself. Go out with friends or just relax. She laughed. Kristen, you say this every year and then you always take the kids anyway. Don't be dramatic. I'm serious this time. I'd like Thanksgiving off. Off? You're not working. You're just hanging out at home. Watching 6 kids alone for 8 hours isn't hanging out, Vanessa. It's exhausting. Oh, come on. You're exaggerating. They're family. Besides, This dinner is really important. Trevor's trying to close a major deal and the client will be there. Then hire a babysitter. Do you know how much a babysitter costs for 6 kids on a holiday? That's ridiculous when you're right here and available. I'm not available, Vanessa. Don't be selfish. We need this. And there it was. The word that always made me cave. Selfish. As if wanting one holiday to myself after 7 years of free childcare was selfish. But this time, something in me snapped. No, Vanessa. Find someone else. She was silent for a moment. Are you serious right now? Completely serious. Fine. Be that way. But don't come crying to me when you're alone on Thanksgiving with no family around. She hung up, and I felt both relieved and guilty. I called Bennett for moral support. Good for you, he said immediately. Vanessa has been taking advantage of you for years. But what if she really needs help? She needs to plan better and respect your boundaries. You're not her personal daycare service. I called Melissa next, and she was thrilled. Please tell me you're free for Thanksgiving. I'm doing a whole Friendsgiving thing this year. It's going to be amazing. I'm in, I said, feeling a weight lift off my shoulders. The week before Thanksgiving, Vanessa tried a different approach. She had the kids FaceTime me. Aunt Kristen, Mommy says you don't want to see us on Thanksgiving, Addison said, her bottom lip trembling. My heart broke. Of course I want to see you, sweetie, but Aunt Kristen has plans this year. Vanessa's voice came from off camera. See, Aunt Kristen has plans that are more important than you. I was furious at her for manipulating the kids like that. But I kept my voice calm. I love you guys so much. How about we have a special day together the weekend after Thanksgiving? Just us. Okay, they chorused, and Vanessa quickly ended the call. She texted me an hour later. Hope you're happy making children cry. I didn't respond. 2 days before Thanksgiving, my mother called. Kristen, Vanessa tells me you're refusing to help with the children this year. I'm not refusing to help, Mom. I'm just not available on Thanksgiving. But you're always available on Thanksgiving. It's tradition. A tradition I didn't agree to. It just sort of happened and then became expected. Family makes sacrifices for each other. I've been sacrificing every major holiday for 7 years. I'd like one for myself. You sound bitter. That's not attractive, Kristen. I closed my eyes and counted to 10. I'm not bitter. I'm tired. Well, Vanessa is very upset. She might have to cancel her plans. Then she should have made proper childcare arrangements instead of assuming I'd be available. My mother sighed dramatically. I don't know where this attitude is coming from. You used to be so sweet and accommodating. I still am, Mom, but I'm also allowed to have boundaries. After we hung up, I sat there feeling like the villain in my own family story. But I also felt something else. Determination. I was done being taken for granted. The day before Thanksgiving, I was at work when I got a text from Vanessa. The kids are excited to see you tomorrow. Dropping them off at 2 as usual. I called her immediately. Vanessa, I already told you I'm not available. Oh, I thought you were just being moody. You'll get over it. I'm not being moody. I have plans. I'm going to Friendsgiving at Melissa's. Cancel them. No. Kristen, don't be ridiculous. You always watch them on Thanksgiving. Not this year, Vanessa. I have plans. Plans? What plans could possibly be more important than family? My own life, actually. Find a babysitter. You're being selfish. The kids are already in the car. What? It's the day before Thanksgiving. I meant figuratively. Look, we have to go to this dinner. It's not optional. Then hire someone. I'm sure there are services that. I'm not paying someone $200 when you're perfectly capable of watching them for free. That's exactly the point, Vanessa. You see me as free labor, not as a person with my own life. This is unbelievable. After everything I've done for you. What have you done for me? Name one thing. She sputtered. We're sisters. I shouldn't have to list things. You can't name anything because you haven't done anything. This relationship is completely one-sided. I give, and you just take. You're being incredibly hurtful right now. And you've been incredibly entitled for 7 years. Find someone else. I hung up, my hand shaking. Jordan, who'd overheard the conversation, gave me a slow clap. Finally. I'm so proud of you. That night, I couldn't shake the feeling that Vanessa wasn't going to respect my boundary. She'd shown up at my house unannounced before, always with some emergency that required my immediate help. I called my landlord. This is going to sound strange, but is there any way to change my locks quickly? Having security issues. You could say that. He had someone come out that evening. New locks, new keys. I felt safer immediately. Thanksgiving morning, I woke up excited for the first time in years. I'd bought a nice bottle of Pinot Noir for Melissa's Friendsgiving and a homemade pecan pie. I took my time getting ready, putting on a dress I'd been saving for a special occasion. At 1:30, my doorbell started ringing. Then the pounding started. Kristen, open this door right now. Vanessa's voice was shrill. I looked through the peephole. Vanessa was there with all 6 kids and Trevor, who looked uncomfortable. I cracked open the door, keeping the chain lock engaged. What are you doing here? What do you think? We are dropping off the kids. I told you multiple times I'm not available today. You're clearly home. Being home doesn't mean I'm available. I have plans. Just take the kids, Kristen. We are already late. No, I'm not taking them. You need to leave. Are you serious right now? The kids are here. What am I supposed to do with them? That's not my problem. You had plenty of time to make other arrangements. Parker, now 14, spoke up. Mom, let's just go home. Aunt Kristen said she wasn't available. Be quiet, Parker. Vanessa, if you don't take these kids right now, I will never forgive you. You're ruining everything. You're ruining your own plans by not respecting my boundaries. Now, please leave before I call the police. The police? On your own sister? You've lost your mind. Trevor put his hand on Vanessa's shoulder. Come on, honey. We need to go. She's clearly not going to change her mind. But the dinner. We'll bring the kids. It'll be fine. It's adults only. Then we don't go. Kristen made her position clear weeks ago. This is on us for not believing her. I was surprised to hear Trevor take my side. He'd always been passive in these situations. Vanessa's face was red with rage. You're a selfish, bitter woman, Kristen. I hope you enjoy your pathetic life alone. I will, actually. Have a good Thanksgiving. I closed the door and locked it. My heart was pounding, but I also felt lighter than I had in years. The texts started immediately. You've destroyed Thanksgiving. The kids are crying because of you. I hope you're happy. I blocked her number and went to Friendsgiving. Melissa's house was warm and welcoming, filled with people who actually wanted to be there. We ate amazing food, honey-glazed ham, cornbread stuffing, green bean casserole, cranberry sauce, played board games like Codenames and Cards Against Humanity, and laughed until my stomach hurt. Several times, I found myself thinking, this is what holidays are supposed to feel like. My mother called the next day. I let it go to voicemail. Her message was predictably accusatory. Kristen, what you did yesterday was cruel and unacceptable. Vanessa had to miss an important business dinner because you couldn't be bothered to watch your own nieces and nephews for a few hours. Call me back so we can discuss your behavior. I didn't call back. Bennett called me. I heard about yesterday. Mom's version of events sounds wildly exaggerated. What really happened? I told him everything. Bennett was quiet for a moment, then said, I'm sorry I wasn't there to back you up. I knew Vanessa was taking advantage of you, but I didn't realize how bad it had gotten. It's okay. You're 3,000 miles away. Distance is exactly why I see things clearly. Vanessa has always been entitled. Mom and Dad spoiled her because she was the oldest, and then because she had kids. You and I were just expected to fall in line. I'm done falling in line. Good. Stand your ground. They'll try to wear you down, but don't let them. The bombardment continued for weeks. My mother called daily with increasingly guilt-trippy messages. Vanessa sent long emails about how I'd betrayed the family. Even Trevor reached out, though his message was more apologetic than accusatory. "I'm sorry for our part in this," he wrote. "We took advantage of your generosity and didn't respect your boundaries. That wasn't right. I appreciated that, but I didn't respond. I needed space from all of them." During this time, something interesting happened. Without the constant obligation to Vanessa's family, I actually had time for my own life. I went on dates. I took a pottery class at the Savannah Cultural Arts Center. I read books without interruption, mysteries, romance novels, memoirs. I remembered who I was outside of being the family's backup childcare. Jordan noticed the change. "You look different," she said one day at work. "Happier." "I feel different. It's amazing what happens when you stop letting people use you." About 6 weeks after Thanksgiving, I got an unexpected call from Addison, Vanessa's 11-year-old daughter. She'd called from her own phone, not her mother's. "Aunt Kristen, are you still mad at us?" "Oh, sweetie, I was never mad at you kids. I love you all so much." "Then why don't you come over anymore?" "Because your mom and I need some time apart. But that doesn't mean I don't want to see you." "Could we see you without Mom there?" "What do you mean?" "Mom's been really mean lately. She yells all the time and says it's your fault. Because you don't help anymore. But Parker says you were helping too much and Mom took advantage. I don't know who's right, but I miss you." My heart broke. "I miss you too. Tell you what, I'll talk to your dad about arranging some time for just us. We can go to the park or get ice cream." "Okay. Okay. I love you, Aunt Kristen." "I love you too, sweetheart." I reached out to Trevor, and we arranged for me to take the kids one Saturday afternoon. Vanessa wasn't happy about it, but she didn't interfere. That Saturday with the kids was wonderful. We went to the Georgia Sea Turtle Center, got lunch at a local diner, burgers, fries, milkshakes, and talked. The older kids understood more than I'd given them credit for. "Mom says you abandoned us," Parker said. "But that's not true, is it?" "No, buddy. I didn't abandon you. I just needed to set some boundaries with your mom about what I can and can't do." "Like how you can't watch us every holiday," Parker said. "Exactly like that." "That seems fair. Mom has us all the time. That's her job, not yours." Out of the mouths of 14-year-olds. I made arrangements to see the kids regularly, but always on my terms and never as emergency childcare. If Vanessa needed a babysitter, she had to ask in advance and accept that I might say no. My mother eventually stopped calling with lectures. I think Bennett talked to her because her messages became more neutral, updating me on family news without commentary about my behavior. Vanessa and I didn't speak for 4 months. When we finally did, it was at our grandfather's funeral in March. She approached me awkwardly. "We need to talk," she said. "Okay." "Trevor's been going to therapy. He suggested I go too. My therapist says I have issues with boundaries and entitlement." "Okay," I said again, not sure where this was going. "I'm not apologizing yet because I'm still angry, but I'm working on understanding why what I did was wrong. The therapist says I treated you like an employee rather than a sister." "That's accurate. I might be ready to apologize eventually, but not today." "I appreciate you telling me. When you are ready, I'll be here." It wasn't a perfect resolution, but it was honest. And honestly, I didn't need her apology to feel good about my decision. Over the following months, things slowly improved. Vanessa began asking instead of demanding. She started hiring actual babysitters for her events. She even invited me to family dinners where I wasn't expected to work. One evening in July, she called me. "Kristen, I owe you an apology. A real one." "I'm listening." "I treated you terribly. For years, I took advantage of your kindness and made you feel guilty for having your own life. I convinced myself I was entitled to your time because we are family, but that was wrong. You were right to set boundaries. I'm sorry." I felt tears prick my eyes. "Thank you. That means a lot." I've also been thinking about why I did it. The therapist helped me see that I was overwhelmed, and instead of asking for help properly or making better arrangements, I just dumped everything on you. That wasn't fair. No, it wasn't. But I'm glad you're working on it. Can we try again? A real relationship, not one where I use you. I'd like that. We started meeting for coffee once a month, just the two of us. We talked about things other than her kids. I learned about her dreams and struggles, and she learned about mine. It wasn't perfect, old habits die hard, but it was progress. The kids continued visiting me regularly. I took them to Forsyth Park, to the movies, to get Leopold's ice cream. But it was always planned, always mutual, always respectful of everyone's time. Bennett came to visit in September. You look good, he said. Really good. I feel good. Setting those boundaries was the best thing I ever did. I'm proud of you. It takes guts to stand up to family. His Thanksgiving, I spent the day volunteering at a soup kitchen with Melissa. We served turkey dinners, mashed potatoes, green beans, and pumpkin pie to people who needed it, and I felt more fulfilled than I had during any of those 7 years of forced childcare. The kids sent me a group video message. We miss you, Aunt Kristen, but we hope you're having a good Thanksgiving. I sent one back. Miss you too. See you next weekend for our special day. Because that's what love looks like. Not obligation, not guilt, but genuine choice and mutual respect. Vanessa even texted me, Happy Thanksgiving, Kristen. Enjoy your day. You deserve it. It was simple, but it meant everything. Later that afternoon, as I was cleaning up at the soup kitchen, a woman approached me. She was probably in her 60s, with kind eyes. Thank you for volunteering today, she said. My daughter used to come here every Thanksgiving, but she passed away 2 years ago. It makes me happy to see young women like you giving their time. I'm sorry for your loss, I said. And I'm glad to be here. It feels right. Family's important, she continued, but so is knowing your worth. My daughter taught me that. She set boundaries with us when we needed it, and at first I was angry. But she was right. Real love respects boundaries. I felt tears in my eyes. Thank you. I needed to hear that. That evening, I sat in my townhouse, the one with the new locks, and reflected on the past year. My life looked different than I'd imagined it would at 39. I was still single, still living alone, still navigating complicated family dynamics. But I was also happier than I'd been in years. My phone buzzed. It was Bennett. Happy Thanksgiving, sis. Proud of you. Then Melissa. Thanks for volunteering with me today. You're amazing. Then, surprisingly, my mother, Kristen. I've been thinking a lot this year. I'm sorry I didn't support you when you needed it. You were right to set boundaries. Love you. I sat there, reading and rereading that message. It wasn't everything, but it was something. I'm 40 now, still single, still living in my townhouse with the new locks. My relationship with Vanessa is better but not perfect. We are learning how to be sisters instead of user and used. My life isn't empty. It's full of things I chose: pottery classes, book clubs, volunteer work, dates that sometimes go well and sometimes don't, friendships that nurture me, and yes, time with my nieces and nephews on my terms. I have boundaries that protect my peace, and I'm not afraid to enforce them anymore. If a family member regularly expected you to provide free childcare without respect for your time or plans, would you continue helping to keep the peace, or would you set firm boundaries even if it caused conflict? For me, the answer is clear. Boundaries aren't selfish. They're survival. And I wouldn't change a thing.